Hey, this is amazing Toyin. We're cruising down the street and I just noticed a property. This property right here looks like it's vacant, right? So I checked it out yesterday and now I'm going to show you guys this app. Okay, so with this app, and I'll tell you how to get it free if you're in one of my programs. So with this app right now, it's going to tell me who owns the house. Pull this up, let me see. It's going to tell me who owns the house and what is going on with the house. So I'll let you guys see the app right now, and I'll tell you how to get the app for free. So the app is pulling up right now. Okay, so as you guys see, you can see, right? See the app pulling up, right? So I'm in front of the house right now. It's going to actually pull up the house because it goes by location. Okay, so it pull up the house next door. So let me find out who owns this one. So I'm going to put the address in there. It's 267. Okay, so the app is pulling it up right now. I'm in the city of Banning, in Southern California. I have my son on camera, but he's not looking. Can you see me in the camera?
Well, I can't go.
Can't?
If I'm right here, it's too close, so I have to stand here.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this property says it's owned by a lady named Jean. That's her first name or last name. So it says the house is 2 bedrooms. See right here? So it says the house is 2 bedrooms. So this app gives me the profile. The profile is like the credit report for the property, right? So it tells me the history, when it was last sold, who bought it, what's going on underneath, like the FICO scores. I mean, if you know what I mean, right? So using that, you could determine whether you want to waste your time on this property or you want to move on. I'm going to tell you guys in a minute. So first of all, let me look at the profile. I mean, this app is dynamite. It cuts out a lot of junks, all those junk that these gurus. Okay, so right here, okay, it says the owner's name is Jean, right? See right there? See the profile? I don't know if you guys can see it. Am I close enough? Right? So now let me go see what's going on underneath this. The house was built in 1947. I gotta take off my glasses. So the house was built in 1947, and it looks like it also, right? I mean, it's an older house. It's 1 story. Let me see what else is going on. Okay, the last time this house was sold is 2004. So that tells me right there there's a lot of equity in it. Then I'm going to check the transaction history to see if it was recently refinanced. So if it was recently refinanced, then they might have taken the equity out. But if it's not recently refinanced, there's a ton of equity in it. With a ton of equity, it's easy to, once you find the owner, it's easy for the owner to give up, 50,000, 40,000 to you, because at that point, since you have a lot of money on the table, it's easy for you to ask for a ton of money. So let me go back and, so usually what I do is I email this to myself so that if I need to look at it further, I don't have to pull it up again. So I'm going to email it to myself. So right here, I email it to my best email, right? So as I'm sitting here, cars are passing by. I'm sure you guys can see. I mean, it's a Saturday morning, so there's nobody really to disturb us. Okay, so I email it. So now I'm going to check the history, right? The profile already gave me some history. The only thing I want to check right now to see whether there was a refi in the last couple of years. The property is 925 square foot. Okay, this property is probably worth about, I don't know, 150, 160. I'll check the comps in a minute. This thing gives you everything. It gives you the profile, the history, the comps, and then you click here for more. Let's see what's under more, right? Let's see right here. That's the APN. So you could get the tax map, you could get the comparable rates, you can get the addresses or the names of the neighbors who is right here. So let's go back here. So let's pull up the history. So I'm pulling up the history right now. You can see my phone searching, right? Good, that's the history. Okay, so the history is kind of similar to the profile, right? But there's no refi on this property at all. Okay, the last transaction on this property was a foreclosure in 2001. So nothing has gone on. And so now my job is to find Carol, right? So the other thing I need to know is what is our Carol's mailing address, right? If the mailing address is different from this property, it means this property is vacant and Carol doesn't, what's her name? Jean, right? Jean doesn't live here, right? But, so let me go back and check that. That was under the profile. Okay, so it shows that this looks like it's occupied. And so one way for me to test if it's really occupied is, am I going to actually go to the door right now, right? Okay, and knock on the door. Now, because I don't want to waste my time. The reason I want to do that is this. The mailing address and the street address and the property address is the same. So which means somebody is supposed to be living there. So if I now go knock on the door and nobody opens the door, then I know it's definitely vacant. So my son is going to sit in the car, and you guys can see that everything I ask you to do, I do myself. That's the only way I'm able to make $50,000, $100,000 on a deal. Obviously I can make that trying to sell some information products, or I like making deals, because when I make deals, I make a big chunk of money, right? 50,000 in one pop. And so if you want to learn exactly how I do it, what I do, this is the beginning. This is one step right here. So let's go here. And like I said, I'll show you how to get the app, but I'm going to go to the door right now, right? And you guys will see. So let me put my hat on. Usually I take my card, you take some business cards, right? So you guys can see my business card. It's made of money, right? So when people ask me, what do you want? I just show them the money. I say, oh, okay. And nobody turns down money. I guarantee you that. Okay, so let's go knock on the door. So you go turn the camera around. Well, I just checked I just knocked on the door. There's nobody answered the phone or the call, right? I checked the water, right? That's another way to check if somebody actually lives there. There's water there. So that tells me right there it's possible somebody lives there. So now I'm going to actually go knock on the neighbor's door and see when was the last time they saw the person that lives here, right? So let's go knock on, I'm going to go knock on the neighbor's door. Make sure you zoom in and then follow me with the camera.
come out.